Welcome to In Her Voice. My name is Kelly Covert, and I am passionate about helping women live authentically by listening to their inner voice. Get ready to be inspired by women of all walks of life that have set aside their should-bes and not good enoughs and are standing in their true voice, the voice of wisdom that each and every one of us has inside. Hey, you guys, it's Kelly, and you are listening to In Her Voice. And what a week, what a month it has been. And today I'm just going to kind of flow with you guys. I'm just going to go because I feel like there's a lot on my heart that I want to share with you, that I want to encourage you in. And you know what? I don't have notes. I don't have a plan. I just am feeling called by my inner voice, by my soul, to come here today and to chat with you. And what I want to talk with you about is the challenges, if you will, of life. Okay, so let me start by saying that September kicked my butt. I mean, like in a way that I haven't remembered a month kicking my butt like that in a really, really long time. And looking back, I can see what happened. I can see why I felt so depleted by the month. It was just like everything hit it all at one time. It was like the perfect storm of my life. And here's the thing. None of the things were bad things in of themselves. None of the things were challenging in of themselves. It's just that there were a lot of things. School started back. I started back to my symphony work. I started back teaching at Syracuse University. I really wanted to be launching a new program with my business here. The podcast keeps going all of the time. There was just so many things, and I did not anticipate the amount of energy that it would require for me to do all of those things at the level that I like to do them at. And I think that's really an important distinction, right? I can do all of those things, but not at the level that I want to be doing them. And so when I'm doing things not at the level that I want to be doing them, I feel the friction of that. I feel the rub of that, and I do not enjoy it. And when that happens, I have two choices, right? We all have two choices. And I'm saying that I'm sharing this here because I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one who has a lot on their plate. I have so much on my plate, I can't even talk. I know I'm not the only one who loves doing many things and who has the ability to do all of those things well, just maybe not all at the same time. I know I'm not alone in this. And so, you know, when we come to this moment of realizing, wow, I can't do all of these things well, what do we do about that? Well, we can either keep doing all of the things not well or not up to the level that we want to be doing them, right? And we can feel the dissatisfaction of that. We can feel the exhaustion of that. And we can just, quote unquote, push through, right? Because that's what strong women do. They push through. Well, sometimes. But I will venture to say that the strongest women choose the other path. And the other path is taking a really hard look at what is not working and making a change, figuring out the way to build rest into your daily life. Here's a true story, you guys. 2 days ago, I had a concert. It was on a weeknight, which is rare, but those are the hardest for me because I still have to get up the next day with my kids. So, you know, I'm not even getting home from the concert till after 10. Then I have to kind of wind down. And by the time I'm in bed and falling asleep, it's after 11, which is super late for me. And so the next day, I woke up and I was just not ready to get up yet. And I knew I needed to get up to make sure my kids got off on the bus. And I had a lot to do and lots that I could have filled my time doing. But I just really, I tapped in. I looked inward. I felt inside my body and I asked, what do I need most? And you know what the answer was? Rest. That's what I needed most on that day. And so I got up and I took care of my kids. And when they got on the bus at 7, guess what I did? I took my butt back to bed for an hour and 15 minutes. And, you know, even saying that, part of me, like that sort of inner mean girl part of me, wants to call myself lazy, like, oh, I can't believe you went back to bed. What's wrong with you? You have all of this stuff that you need to do. You're complaining about how much you have on your plate, and then you spend time going back to bed after you've already been up, right? Your inner mean girl, man, she can be a bitch. And what I'm choosing to do instead of listening to that, and instead of feeling the guilt that serves no one, is I'm going to celebrate that very strong choice that I made, the strong choice to listen to my body and to give my body what it needed in that moment, which was rest. And also to recognize that things have to change, that there's some things that are not working in my life right now, not because any of it's bad, but just because there's too much of it, too much of a good thing, right? I mean, chocolate cake is good, but if we eat it all the time, it's not good for us. And I think that's what I'm realizing in my life, is that things have to shift, and I have to be willing to gracefully allow that to happen, to allow things to evolve. And it's such a wonderful lesson that we can all find, each and every one of us, in the challenges that life presents us. Because here's the thing, you guys, as much as, you know, there's all of this talk in the world about living the life of your dreams and manifesting the life that you want and believing that you can have what you want. And I say those words. I recognize that I say those words. And not but and life happens, right? Things come up on us and catch us unaware. We have challenges. That is part of our journey. And if every time we have a challenge, we think that that is a failure, we're not going to give ourselves the opportunity to learn from those challenges. We have to take our challenges and we have to learn from them. We have to be flexible. We have to be willing to change course if necessary, and to not be so stubborn that we don't allow ourselves to grow and evolve and change. Because that is a beautiful thing. And the funny thing about growth is that it can be hard. I mean, I can still remember when I was a kid and my legs would just hurt so bad at nighttime. My legs would hurt and I would tell my mom, my legs are hurting. And she said, well, those are just growing pains. And we don't grow out of growing pains. They just start to feel different. You know, my legs don't hurt anymore when I'm growing, but other things are challenged by that. And I have to be willing to take a hard look at what my soul is asking me to do. What my soul is saying is the most important thing right now. What my soul is saying, this is what you have capacity for. And more will come. And to believe that, and to know that all wrapped up in this idea of living up to our full potential, wanting more for our lives, wanting to be better, wanting to grow and to change and transform, wrapped up inside of all of that is the fact, not the idea, not the thought, but the fact that we are worthy right now. And I used to be challenged by the idea of improvement and worthiness, of potential and worthiness. How can I be worthy and still want to be better at something? How can I be worthy and still feel like I'm not living into my true inspired potential? How can I be worthy and feel like I'm still not quite getting everything? And that's the beauty of it. It's not about either or. It's not about one or the other. It's not that once you live up to your potential, then you are worthy. It's about both happening at the same time. Your worth is not based on what you do or what you don't do, or on what you will do or what you haven't done, right? Your worth is a part of you. It's a part of your soul. It is what makes you you. And nobody and nothing can change that, can diminish that, can increase it, right? We're all at the peak of our worthiness every single day. Just sit with that for a minute. No matter what your dreams and goals are, no matter what you haven't accomplished yet, no matter what you want more of in your life, no matter what transformation you desire in your life, you right now are at the peak of your worthiness, and you will be every single day. Every single day. That worthiness is eternal, and it's unchanging, and it's unmoving. It is like a foundation inside of you that is always there with you. And all you have to do, the only action required, is to know and acknowledge that it is there and that it is yours. No other action required. And the beauty of that is when we acknowledge that worth, that gives us permission to look at our lives and make really good decisions about what we do want to do, about what will make a difference in the world, about what will create impact. It gives us grace to change our mind, to be flexible, to change course, to shift. It gives us grace to go back to bed if we need it. It gives us grace to stay up late if that's what we need to do. It's such a beautiful relationship, but we have to recognize that it's not an either or. It's not a formula. You do this plus this and then you get this. That's not how worthiness works, you guys. And when we tap into what we know our potential to be, I think sometimes we can come at it from this place of, I'm not there yet, so that means I'm not good enough. And what I really want you to encourage you to do today and every day is to first acknowledge your worth in this world. Acknowledge yourself in this world, your gifts, what you are bringing to the table. Acknowledge you. And then rise up and into that potential that is within you. It's not chasing after something. It's stepping into it. It's becoming that thing. Oh, that's such a beautiful word, right? Becoming. What are you becoming today? Who do you want to become? That is your inspired potential. And that flows from your innate, unchanging, unwavering worthiness. I hope this made a difference for you today. I want you to know that you matter. Each and every one of you has a calling, has a purpose, has that inspired potential. And You are worthy.